Like, share, and subscribe to my channel as I continue to provide you with trusted information for you to use to make decisions. I remember some time ago when Tia and Tina Clayton, the twins from Edwin Allen, decided that they were going pro, or many persons were saying that they should have actually gotten an education and they should remain in school and all of that. And I remember saying to some friends that life gives you an opportunity but once. And whenever the opportunity comes to you in life, take it with both hands and not have any regrets. Today, months after, years after, the performance of Tia Clayton going to the Olympics when she was 19 years old and being among the eighth fastest person in the world said to me that was a good investment and a good decision that she made to go pro. Following the Olympics, Tia Clayton has been doing extremely well. She has gotten a victory over Sharika Jackson, who was at one time a powerhouse in sprinting. Maybe does not look at her best. However, Tia Clayton is actually showing top class in terms of sprinting and actually gotten the best of or has won a person like Talu and some other top female sprinters in the world. So she's no longer a junior or an amateur. She's now a professional athlete going up against the big guns. The Shelley and Fraser Price, the Sharika Jackson, the Talu Smith, etc. She is showing class and she's showing depth in terms of sprinting, and she's showing that she is going to be a force to be reckoned with a few years from now. She's about 20 years old now. So she has, if she remains healthy, another 10 years in sprinting. Who to tell what she and her sister is likely to do and accomplish at the end of their professional track and field slash athletics career. Now, it is easy in life to say, listen, get an education, but we need to understand clearly. Education is good, and the knowledge gained from education is superb because it opens your eyes and make things clearer for you to understand how to make decisions. But this world is operated on substantially by money, resources, things. And if these girls are to accomplish the finances, accomplish the money, they are young. They are still able to go back to school at 30 and attain those degrees and attain all those academic qualifications. But right now, I think they should take advantage of the opportunities that they are given in terms of the natural gift that they have in terms of track and field. Bolt has shown you that as well. Take opportunity. Asafa Paul has shown you as well. Take opportunity. Johan Blake has shown that as well. Take your opportunities. All the persons who have spoken about a few seconds ago, the Bolt, the Asafa, and the Johan Blake, are not among the scholars of this world, but they are able to attain it and attain that degree, attain that master, attain that doctorate if they so desire. Why? They have the resources to do so. I'm not sure what their technical competencies and their literacy and numeracy skills are, but I do know they have the resources to attain that. Possibly they don't need it at this point, because why would you need to get an education when you have the resources to accomplish things and to do just what the education sets out to do, to give you access to resources? If you have the access to resources, why do you need that education? And one need to look at things critically before sometime a number of persons argue. You need education, you need education. Yes, we understand. And there's a difference between education and knowledge, and there's a difference between education and information. You can gain information and knowledge by observation without going to school. You can get information and knowledge by common sense and intuition. You can get information, having gotten certain basic things in life and decide to what? To go and do your what? Your own personal inquiry. That may not be the formal education, but it is, ladies and gentlemen, education. But let's not go into that. We're going to have that discourse after this some other time in the future. So, what I'm actually saying to you, when an individual recognizes that he or she has a particular natural gift, I will argue that you need to capitalize on that gift immediately, if not instantaneously, because you are not aware as to when life decides to stop giving you that gift, or the time limit on that gift, or the time limit on that skill, or the time limit on that competency, and the duration to which that competency is going to actually be what? At its best. So having recognized and having known that you have that natural gift or talent or skill or competence, I think what you should do is to explore it with immediacy and to its full degree to maximize all the benefits that are likely to come to you by putting that gift to work or to use. Now, I want to show you a clip of Tia Clayton's race. And remember carefully here that this is post high school, and it is not long that she has been doing professional track and field. Matter of fact, I think this is now our second year in doing that. Do not quote me on that, but I think it's about our second year in the professional arena in terms of track and field. And I'm saying, look what she has done at the national stage in terms of track and field. If she had decided to go to school, it's clear that she would be the dominant force now, or possibly she and her sister. But they have already accomplished that. Having accomplished that milestone in life, there's no need to repeat having accomplished high school dominance. You've already gotten that trophy, that diadem or crown. And I think the best thing that they should have done, that they did, was to explore further and advanced option in terms of getting their track and field career going, which is in the professional area, as against remaining amateur or remaining a junior in track and field. They have done remarkably well, and I'm expecting great things from both ladies. Now, Tia Clayton is the one who is currently on top of the world and is doing extremely well. Her twin sister at one point was actually nursing some injury. I presume she'll be actually getting back to her best form, and when that happens, it is going to be pandemonium in terms of them being on top of the podium, possibly in another year or two. These two young ladies are going to be the Shelley and Fraser Price, Sharika Jackson slash Elaine Thompson hero in a few years, or possibly as of now. One need to actually think about the gift that they got and having a recognized gift that they got, opted out of high school to go and further that skill, mature on that gift, increase the competencies of that gift, move out of their current comfort zone, which would have been high school that they would have dominated and could have continued to dominate a year after. And they chose not to because they recognized their skill and believed that the time was now to cash in on it. And I think that was the best move that they made. I think their parent or parents haven't seen the girls' skills, encourage them to do this. And for that, I laud the parent, the mother. If the father is in the life, also laud the father for recognizing gift and deciding that your daughter should explore their gifts, and that the gift of your daughters was not education or scholastic education or formal education, and therefore having them going through the ropes of that system, which is a formal education, will not get them what their natural talent is able to get them, because their natural talent is superior to possibly their intellectual talent. And of course, gaining and using the natural talent, they are still able to accomplish their educational objectives in the future because they are young women. They are 20 years old. If they decide to spend 10 years in track and field, given that they are healthy, they still would be 30 years old and still could actually get into the formal education system and make themselves into doctors, professors, etc. So it's not too late at 30. But if it is that they had done the other thing, which would have gained academic education, it may not mean that that skill would be there when they are finished with that education. Maybe the time is no, the time is not tomorrow. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, we're guaranteed today. So I want to see this race with Tia Clayton and look to see the gift that this young lady has. And tell me if I'm wrong or tell me if I'm right, that it was the best decision that she and her sister made when deciding to go pro. Follow me now. Look at the clip.
Clayton next to the gate, 7:22 for her in her qualifying round. She looked brilliant, and that's just a Tia Clayton match that performance from the opening round. Long hold. Tia Clayton's officially.
All right. Now, as I said before, was she wrong, or were the sisters wrong to have made this decision? You could actually argue that she should have stayed. A number of persons who are in the male track and field could have said, yes, stay the course. No, we are seeing another phenom, goat of Australia. I am saying to you, you are not aware as to what the future holds. And because you're not aware of what the future holds, capitalize on all your talent, skills, and ability now. Because somebody else is given a skill and ability that will capitalize on his or her. And when he or she capitalizes on his ability or her ability, when you would have not capitalized on yours, when you face that person in a competitive environment, the person might outdo you because it was that person's time to shine. And your time to shine would have been past because you made that decision not to explore and to capitalize on your skills and ability. The Clayton sisters made best of their opportunity. They invested in themselves, and currently they are doing remarkably well. And I am saying that these two ladies are going to be phenom come this year and the years to come. They are going to replace Veronica Campbell Brown, Shelley and Fraser Price, Marilyn Otti, Grace Jackson, Aileen Bailey, Sharika Jackson, Elaine Thompson era, and going to possibly be the face of female sprinting in Jamaica, only because they invested in self. What are a number of you waiting for? A number of you are waiting for God to come on this earth and tell you this is your skill. When you recognize that you have a skill, and I'm saying invest in self. If you invest in yourself and do so at the time when you recognize that you have that skill, life will provide with all the benefits, the accolades, and the prizes that you should get. That is if you make the decision to invest in self. I believe wholeheartedly that Tia and Tina Clayton invested in themselves and they did it the right time. What do you have to say? Like, share, and subscribe to my channel as I continue to provide trusted information for you to use to make decisions.